if there's a reason, Jen and I were talking about this, and we'll obviously get to Trump, right afterwards. But the fact of the matter is that you have a couple of reasons why getting Trump out of office makes more sense now than ever. There's a big difference between the Donald Trump of 2018 and the Donald Trump of 2026. He's a demented person now. And you will see it you've been seeing it in the way that he talks, the way he slurs his words.
He's completely delusional. He's delusional and confabulating stories that are just off the wall.
Well, they're all connected, they're really connected, really great stories. I like to tell stories. Did I tell you that? I like to tell stories, great stories.
That's what he does. He's like, thinks he's grandpa now, and he's going to tell a bedtime story. Little does he know, he's still, running the country, sort of. It is imperative that we recognize why it's so bad, that if he is going to stick around, he's going to do a lot more worse things than just kicking Pam Bondi out as Attorney General. That's just a fall person. I don't think Pam Bondi ever had an independent thought in her head, except for this, Jim.
Wait a second. Oh, you have something? Okay, go ahead.
I do.
The Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000 right now.
Well, say that again.
That was actually good. The fact that she called out Raskin on stock trading,
that's the thing. I mean, in the end, they're all like rats on a sinking ship. They're all gonna look for their life raft wherever they can get it, and that's the thing that's so.
Well, we're having an extinction level event though right now. We are witnessing the extinction of the lying Anna Bondi and the Cuntosaurus Rex. So unfortunately, we probably won't be seeing these graphics. The graphics are now going to kind of go into the extinction, but it was fun while it lasted. Cuntosaurus and Anna Bondi, it was fun.
Oh, please. I mean, Bondi is, again, you put these people in positions of power that they intentionally put them there. They intentionally put people who are in over their head in positions that they have no business being in, because when they're in over their head, you just control them a lot easier.
Do you remember not that long ago when I said to you that it will be Pam Bondi, Kristi Noem, and I also think Carolyn Levitt is another one, that the women are all going to get hung out to dry first. That's what I said.
Patriarchy.
But these are the thing is, and I don't remotely feel bad about it, because these are white women that uphold that patriarchy and are so much more loyal to that patriarchy than they are to other women or any other vulnerable groups. So, fuck them. But yes, I knew that the women were going to get thrown under the bus first. Now, I also would not be surprised if there wasn't an agreement that she agreed to in taking this for the team. I don't know. I don't know what she might have been offered as a consolation prize. Same with the Cuntosaur. But can you finish this so I don't have to?
Well, hold on a minute. You got a much bigger problem here that's actually brewing under the table that people are. I think it's the part that is getting sidestepped here, and the reason I think this is actually a pretty big deal, unlike the bullshit with Noem that's going on right now. Kristi, Pam Bondi is scheduled she is subpoenaed to speak in front of the House Select Committee regarding the Epstein files in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
She now no longer has federal protection behind her. So she is basically, you want to talk about a real fall person sitting duck? I mean, she really is. Like she could very easily be in a position where she's going to have to make a decision. Is she really going to fall on the sword and go to federal prison? Or is she going to look to make some type of a deal to perhaps release certain information that hasn't been made public yet? Things that maybe she was told in private conversation that hasn't been discussed yet.
Well, so you're suggesting that they end up, I don't see who she'd be making a deal like that with is the problem. I don't see who she would be making a deal like that with yet. That's something that she would be making a deal with an incoming administration. This administration wouldn't be making a deal with her. However, they might have made her some sort of offer and consolation for taking the fall. We don't know. Maybe they offered her some sort of protection. I mean, I don't know, but you've got to let this finish. I can't look at this anymore.
Fine.
The S&P at almost 7,000. And the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about. We should be talking about making Americans safe. We should be talking about, what does a Dow have to do with anything? That's what they just asked. Are you kidding?
Mr. Jordan, Mr. Jordan.
Committee.
Let it end. So again, let us say goodbye to the lying Anna Bondi and the Cuntosaurus Rex. Bye-bye.
Now the question is going to become, what's going to happen to her when she does go to court? I mean, she is in a lot of trouble.
I don't think she's going to court. I don't think that's happening. I don't think that's happening.
What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know that, but I don't think that is going to happen. I don't think she's going to court any more than I think Luigi is going to end up getting convicted. There are just certain things, same with whoever the patsy is, I forget, but what doesn't matter, from Charlie Kirk. There are certain cases that somehow never quite make it to trial. And it's because there is no real there is no real case there. And or it's people being protected to the point where it's just never going to see the light of day. So yeah, it's not going anywhere. I mean, I don't know.
The other story that's going around right now that we really should not even entertain is the fact that Kristi Noem's husband is apparently a cross-dresser, and he's
I could not care less about
really
that.
Interesting kinks. It's like the fact that this is the stuff that people want to focus on, like that matters. It doesn't. That's the thing that I'm proud that our channel doesn't get involved in ever. Like the stupid shit, the stuff that has absolutely no bearing on anything. What people choose to do in their private lives is their business. However, in the case of Noem, when it came to shooting her dog, I mean, obviously that in itself is a crime against humanity as far
That's
as I'm
psychopathic.
It is psychopathic.
That's not cross-dressing. Cross-dressing,
But on top of everything else, she put it in her book. She put that shit in her book. Like, that's a psychopathic person.
Correct.
You would put that in a book, and she justified it.
Well, and it's interesting. So and yet that is so much less brought up in a problem than the cross-dressing husband. Now, my only thing about the cross-dressing husband, and I caught a picture of it, I don't even know what it came up on, but what's with the totally crooked nipples?
Who knows?
All right. Well, I would just say if you were gonna, I don't know. It was a little bit. The crooked nipples was a little bit unnerving to me.
People have a lot of bizarre ideas in terms of what they think they should do and they shouldn't do. But as we have seen, these stories are gonna come out a lot more fast and furious now as we go forward, and I'll tell you why. The reason this is going to get worse, it's going to get so much worse. When things really start to get bad, you're going to see an exceptional amount of detestable behavior that is going to spring up from a family that clearly at this point is probably using the patriarch to enrich themselves. That includes all of Trump's kids, certainly his son-in-law.
Okay, all of you stop talking about nipples, okay? When I'm talking about the picture of her husband, it was not normal. Everybody is uneven. Yes, I know that. I have boobs. I'm aware. You guys are nuts.
Yeah, I got boobs, fucker. Can you milk me?
My point is if you look at the picture of her husband, it is not, again, I was joking because clearly they're not real breasts. So if you're not going to have real breasts, if they're fake breasts, why wouldn't you make them even? That was the point, guys.
Why you got to love our Irish people on the show.
Exactly. But sure. You guys are crazy.
And no, but you did say you said Noem, you said Bondi, and you said Kash Patel. So you're two
Well,
out of
Kash
three. Are you
Patel-
gonna get? Is Kash gonna get the boot at some point? And
I
what's
don't
that gonna-
know. I don't. But you did say Kash Patel, so I mean, it's what's a day without a little Kash Patel?
You just know that guy never made a varsity team once in his life. For anybody who understands the Sopranos reference, he never had the makings of a varsity athlete. So he has to live vicariously through other varsity athletes.